Hey, this is Michael with digitaltshirtshop.com. So, in my digital printing process, I often have errors. You can see here I've got one of my shirts, the cool pineapple shirt. And I mean, on this little embedded video, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but periodically I have the machine will drop little droplets of ink like this did on this particular shirt. There's a couple drops here. There's a little bit bigger drop right here that you might be able to see through the webcam. In addition to that, it does system maintenance occasionally. And in this case, with this particular shirt, I can tell there's a difference between a heavy and a light line going through right through the brow of the nose there, where the printing process stops. It does a system maintenance and then it reprints, but it always leaves probably a 3/4 inch strip where the ink is heavier because it double printed. I can't use those shirts. The ones with the little droplets of ink, the ones with the double printing, some of them are worse than others. Some of them, in most cases, they're not terribly bad. Um, but I end up with shirts that actually look pretty good. They just can't be given to anybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these shirts and I'm going to give them to a local charity called Tabitha's Way. Now, Tabitha's Way is a local food pantry here in Utah, and I might sneeze. If I sneeze, I'll turn my head and sneeze, and hopefully it doesn't really affect anything. I've been suffering with allergies. Um, my kids and I actually went to Tabitha's Way back around Christmas time and volunteered in sorting food for the pantry, which is hard. My kids are young. I've got 5 and 7 and 11, and the 5 and 7 year old, to get them to kind of focus on what they're doing, took a little bit of time. But once they kind of got into it, they muscled through it. We're still going to go try to do that a couple times a year, maybe once every 3 months or something like that. Which I've been meaning here one of these next Saturdays to go and take the kids there and have them volunteer again. But they, one of the things that they do, they have these drop off bins, like you see this carousel image right here talking about the drop off bins around the valley, where I can take them and donate the shirts, and then they'll turn around and sell them for money. They'll take the money, turn around and buy food, or other types of supplies that they offer there at the pantry for people who are in need. So it's not anything really big. It's something really small. On one hand, it'll help me get rid of shirts that I can't sell. Instead of just throwing them away, I can put them to good use and somebody can benefit from them. I would guess right now, um, I don't think I've made a donation to anybody in about the last 6 months. So I'm sitting on probably, I don't know, I would guess maybe 100 shirts that I could donate. And I'll have some that just aren't able to be donated because they've got too, I don't know, either they folded over and smeared the ink or something that I don't feel comfortable giving it to anybody. But I've got a lot that I think would be just fine. Somebody could use it instead of throwing it away, and put it to good use. And Tabitha's Way would be a good way to do that. I was actually really surprised when I went to Tabitha's Way. I ran into an old neighbor that grew up across the street from me. His name was Al Switzler. Al has been a fairly successful businessman. He's written a lot of books and started a number of businesses. And I was kind of surprised. I went and looked him up and found that he's got a number of books on Amazon. A couple of his are actually even bestsellers on Amazon. So, Crucial Conversation and Influencer. Actually, he's got two books right there that um, are listed as bestsellers. And I know his name's not listed right here. The books each have four authors. But he is one of the co authors right there, Switzler, on the book. So, anyways, oh, and there's his name right there, Al Switzler. But he is one of the founders of Tabitha's Way, and he was actually there working the food pantry when I went there with my kids to do some service, and I thought that was kind of neat. Somebody who's been quite successful and turning around giving back to the community in that way, and actually starting and working a food pantry. Um, so we'd love to go back there and help him again, get my kids back there and help him again. So they obviously are doing a good work in the area here and helping the local needs. So um, there you go. So I just wanted to show that we were talking about what I was going to do with some of these shirts that I just can't use. So there we go.